How close do you have to be for a blank to be lethal? Okay guys, so it's pretty common knowledge that blanks are very lethal when up close, but how far away do you have to be for them to be considered not lethal? So I got some watermelons, because everybody knows that a watermelon has about the same hardness as a human head. Just kidding, that's a bunch of crap. And there's some paper that we'll be able to see how much damage is done to the paper at different distances. Okay, so the blank cartridges that we'll be using today are these M200 5.56 blanks. So first thing I'm gonna shoot is a watermelon at a distance about a foot to see what kind of damage it would do to the watermelon. Okay, so here we go. And ooh, that's noisy. Okay, so the distance about a foot. This is all that really happened. So, it's kind of hard to see, and I don't know if I can get it to focus that close, but it did put a couple pocket marks in there, enough that I would not want to be even a foot away from a blank. Not only is it noisy, but it did kind of dig into the watermelon just a hair. Okay, so here's the paper at about a foot. Okay, so that's what it did to the paper at about a foot. So kind of peppered it, and you can see on the other side, it did puncture some of that paper and broke the skin of the watermelon. I don't know what it would do to your skin, but it definitely would not feel good. Okay, so here we go, about 2 feet away from the paper. And it still pokes some holes in that paper, 3.5 feet away. So this is why you don't want to get shot with a blank at any distance. So this is about 3.5 feet away, and I'm still getting a couple of holes even in the paper. And so I imagine that would not feel so great on your skin. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this watermelon at point blank to show you how real, genuinely dangerous a blank can be. Oh goodness. Why? Oh. My goodness. Okay guys, I knew that was gonna make a mess. So that's what a blank did to a watermelon. So, and it's all sorts of squishy in there. So that wouldn't feel so great to the side of your head. Definitely lethal, that's for sure. Also, it made a huge mess. It came back, got all over the camera. I got watermelon all over me. To a watermelon, let's try it point blank to the ballistics gel. This is what it did. You can kind of see from the side there. Let's see. Let's get a side that's not covered in watermelon. So you can see from the side there with that light coming through, that made a good inch gouge into that ballistics gel, and it burnt the whole side there. So if you were to get shot point blank in the head, it could very well fracture bone. It could drill a huge hole. So blanks are very, very lethal. Also, if you look at a construction of the blank, so essentially they take a crimping die and crimp it down, and which bends the brass. So when it goes off, there theoretically could be a chip of brass that comes out there, a piece of shrapnel coming out at supersonic velocities. And so you would not want to be in front of a blank even more than 3, 4, 5 feet, because the potential of being able to hit with shrapnel, not just the percussion. Treat blanks just like a regular old bullet, and that's the safest way to treat them. Okay guys, if you have any comments, thoughts on this, on blanks, put it in the comment section below. As always guys, see you next time. What a freaking mess. Luckily, there are wild animals up here.